This Saturday night, Paradise Center for the Arts, 7:30 showtime. It's Gary Rue and the Sensational Sleepers coming to town to perform once again. They were here about a year ago or so, I suspect, and they're coming back for another great show. And on the line with me this morning, Gary Rue. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good, good. And now, am I right? Was it about a year ago or so that you were last here?
Yeah, I think very close to that, maybe about 14 months.
Yeah,
like
yeah. It seems like I just talked to you, and we're talking again, and you're back again. So it must have been a very popular show. They decided to bring you back in here, and you guys cover many different bands, and part of the whole promo on this is basically it's kind of the bands that were overshadowed by the greatness of the Beatles, but they still had some really good, memorable hits out there.
Yeah, they're the Beatles, of course. I mean, everybody bows to them. I certainly do. They're the reason I'm in the business. But there are a lot of bands like the Yardbirds and the Hollies, the Zombies. Tell Her No, She's Not There. Heart Full of Soul by the Zombies. And we do some strange stuff too. About a group called the Nashville Teens did an old John Loudermilk song called. What was the name of that tune? Tobacco Road.
Tobacco Road. Yeah, it's a good tune. That is a good tune. Yeah, and I heard the last time you guys were in town, you put on a really good show. That the music was fantastic. So, yeah, I've heard only good things about you guys. So it's great that you're coming back.
Yeah, that's great. I should add that all of these songs, none of them are obscure. They were all big hits. So,
yeah.
But and then people they all end up singing along, and it's really kind of a wonderful experience. So that's what we love about it.
Well, and all the members of your band, they've been around. They've been in several different bands themselves. You guys are all very well experienced, very seasoned artists, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, quite seasoned. I've been around quite a while.
Well, I don't mean it like that.
Well, that's all right. I was just talking to Tilly, our drummer. This band formed in 1965.
Oh, okay.
And we played on and off since then. And you do the math, that's 51 years. And he and I. We played our first show in June of 1966 in a little town called Curry, Minnesota, and we each made $34.50. And if you think about that, that was about $400 a piece right then.
Yeah.
With today's markups and
inflation,
and so it was really quite an amazing thing. And we're still doing it is even more amazing. Well, we haven't played steady, but we've been off and on.
Well, and the thing about it is, you guys have been together for so long that it's probably you're doing it for the love of the music and not for the money, really. It's just more.
Right.
You guys have to
yeah.
really enjoy doing this music because a lot of people would be like, why don't they quit? Because they love doing the music. Yeah.
I was having a conversation with someone the other day, a good friend of mine down here in Northfield, and he also plays music, and he said, there comes a point when you feel like, why are these old guys up here still doing this stuff by young people? Like when you're doing a song, you're 65 years old, which I turned last week, and we're doing She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. They're just goofy, silly lyrics. And
it's still fun.
But beautiful melodies. And I kind of tended to agree with him a little bit about that. He said, guys our age, we should be doing jazz. Well, we do, but this is different.
So you cover it all, anyways. That's you don't limit yourself to just the one genre of music that way. It's kind of nice.
No, and if we're playing one of these beautiful songs Saturday night, and somebody hits a chord that's a half step off, then we're doing jazz. It's okay.
That's good.
Just look at it that way.
Well, it sounds like a really fun show. It sounds really great. You guys are coming out at 7:30. Do you have a warm up band? Does anybody warm up for you, or do you just hit the stage right at 7:30?
We're already hot when we get
That's
there.
Good. That's good.
We'll be good.
That's cool. That's great. Well, you can get tickets at the Paradise Center for the Arts box office at 321 Central Avenue in downtown Faribault. You can also go online at paradicecenterforthearts.org. You can find out a little more information as well about the show. And you can call them at 507-332-7372. It's nice. They've got several different ways you can pick up tickets for the show. Very affordable. $17 for members, $22 for non-members, $10 for students. I believe they're doing a rush, student rush sale on tickets before the show as well. I can't remember. I think it's like $5 or something like that. So if you get in there just before the show is going to start, students can pick up tickets cheap. And this is a great way to find out, the sound of the music back then. It's good for, I know young people love the classic rock stuff. My kids sat around and listened to my CDs, and they would watch old videos and stuff. The DVDs where they've got everything on the DVD now. They've switched over all these different performances and stuff, and they'd sit down in the basement and watch that, and they just thought it was the greatest.
Yeah, Mike, I teach songwriting at McNally Smith in St. Paul.
Oh, okay.
One of the amazing things about this is my students may not know anything from 1970 to 2010, but they happen to know all the 60s music, and I marvel at that.
That's good. Yeah, no, that is a great thing.
Those songs have legs. So, and they're all ages. We get all ages that come in. It's not just people our age. It's everybody. Kids. I see kids, families at these shows. So come on, families.
One of the things I like about music out of that era is when you're listening to it, you can't stop yourself from tapping your feet, moving around a little bit, and getting up and dancing after a while. It's very infectious. It gets into your system, and it's fun to listen to.
Yep, and it's good melody stuff. It all passes the whistle test. You hear it once, you can whistle it.
That's good. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. That's good. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna use that one, Gary.
Yeah, that comes from Jeremy Messersmith. He's a up and coming regional guy here.
Oh, okay.
He used to teach with us, and that was his thing. He made up this thing called the whistle test. And he said, if you're going to write something, it's got to pass the whistle test.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good way to. It's a good way to look at it. Good way to figure out whether a tune is going to be catchy. I like that.
Yeah.
Jeremy Messersmith. Yeah, I've heard of him before. He's
a brilliant kid.
Brilliant
kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's younger than me.
No, he's a young guy now, but
yeah, he's about 30.
Well, it's good to hear you guys are coming back to town, Gary, and I look forward to the show. We've been giving away tickets all this week. The lines light up every time I give away tickets, so people are very excited that you guys are back, and you're going to be performing this Saturday night, 7:30 showtime at the Paradise Center for the Arts. Thanks for joining me this morning, Gary.
Thank you, Mike. Hope to see everybody down there on Saturday.
Sounds good. Gary Rue and the Sensational Sleepers this Saturday night at the Paradise Center for the Arts, 7:30 showtime. Go to paradisecenterforthearts.org to find out more about their show.